Was the Buddha a god? When people first learn about Buddhism, one of the most common questions they ask is, was the Buddha a god? The simple answer is no. The historical Buddha, Siddhartha Gautama, never claimed to be a god, a creator, or a divine being who ruled over the universe. Instead, he described himself as a human being who had awakened to the truth about life, suffering, and the path to lasting peace. So if the Buddha wasn't a god, who was he? The title Buddha means the awakened one or the enlightened one. It refers to someone who is fully awakened from ignorance and understands reality as it truly is. According to Buddhist tradition, Siddhartha Gautama was born into a royal family in ancient Nepal around the 5th or 6th century BCE. Like everyone else, he experienced the challenges of human life. He grew up, learned, struggled, searched for answers, and eventually attained enlightenment through his own effort. This is one of the most unique aspects of Buddhism. Rather than teaching that salvation comes through the power of a god, the Buddha taught that every person has the potential to awaken. His message was not worship me, but rather follow the path and discover the truth for yourself. Throughout his life, the Buddha repeatedly discouraged blind faith. Instead, he encouraged people to investigate his teachings through personal experience. He believed that wisdom grows through careful observation, ethical living, meditation, and understanding, not simply through belief. This makes Buddhism different from many other world religions. In religions centered on a creator god, believers often place their faith in a supreme being who created the universe and governs it. In Buddhism, the focus is not on creation, but on understanding the nature of the mind, overcoming suffering, and cultivating compassion and wisdom. That does not mean Buddhism denies the existence of all spiritual beings. In many Buddhist traditions, there are stories of devas, often translated as heavenly beings or gods. However, these beings are not considered creators of the universe, nor are they all-powerful or eternal. Like humans, they are understood to exist within the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth, known as samsara. Even these celestial beings are not free from impermanence. According to Buddhist teachings, they too are subject to karma and eventually pass away. Some Buddhist texts even describe devas visiting the Buddha to hear his teachings, recognizing his profound wisdom. This illustrates an important point. The Buddha was respected not because he possessed divine power, but because he achieved complete awakening. His authority came from wisdom, not from being a god. So why do many Buddhist temples have statues of the Buddha? To someone unfamiliar with Buddhism, these statues might appear similar to idols used in worship. However, for many Buddhists, a Buddha statue serves as a symbol of enlightenment, peace, compassion, and wisdom. When Buddhists bow before a statue, they are generally not worshiping the stone or metal itself. Instead, the act expresses gratitude for the Buddhist teachings and reminds practitioners of the qualities they seek to develop within themselves. It is similar to how a photograph reminds us of a loved one or a national flag represents a country. The object points beyond itself to something meaningful. Different Buddhist traditions express devotion in different ways. In Theravada Buddhism, the historical Buddha is honored primarily as the fully awakened teacher who showed humanity the path to liberation. In Mahayana Buddhism, there are also teachings about celestial Buddhas and bodhisattvas, enlightened beings who compassionately assist others on their journey towards awakening. In Vajrayana or Tibetan Buddhism, rituals, visualizations, and sacred symbols play an important role in spiritual practice. Although these traditions differ in expression, they all share the understanding that enlightenment is the ultimate goal and that the Buddha serves as the guide who revealed the path. The Buddha himself often used the image of a physician. He compared suffering to an illness, his teachings to the medicine, and each individual to the patient who must take that medicine. In the same way, the Buddha taught that he could show the path, but each person must walk it for themselves. This emphasis on personal responsibility is one of the defining characteristics of Buddhism. No one, not even the Buddha, can simply remove another person's suffering by divine intervention. Instead, lasting peace comes from transforming one's own mind through wisdom, ethical conduct, mindfulness, and meditation. More than 2,500 years after his lifetime, the Buddha continues to inspire millions of people around the world. Some follow Buddhism as a religion, complete with temples, ceremonies, and centuries-old traditions. Others see the Buddha as one of history's greatest philosophers and teachers, applying his insights into mindfulness and compassion in everyday life. Regardless of how people approach Buddhism, one fact remains remarkably consistent. The Buddha never asked to be worshipped as a god. He encouraged people to question, to explore, to practice, and to discover the truth through direct experience. So, was the Buddha a god? According to Buddhist teaching, no. He was a human being who awakened to profound wisdom through his own effort and compassion. His greatness lay not in supernatural status, but in demonstrating that awakening is possible and in dedicating the rest of his life to helping others find that same freedom. That enduring message continues to inspire millions of people across cultures and generations. That true peace comes not from relying on divine power, but from cultivating wisdom, compassion, and understanding within ourselves. Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed this exploration of Buddhist teachings, be sure to join us for more videos on the life of the Buddha, meditation, mindfulness, and timeless wisdom for everyday living.